The Vampire Diaries is the show closest to our teenage hearts. Based on the book of the same name, this riveting television series has been broadcast on the CW television channel from its first season on September 10th, 2009 to its 8th and final season on March 10th, 2017. So how nostalgic are you feeling now? You must be wondering whatever happened to the Salvatore brothers, Damon and Stefan, and of course our beloved Elena Gilbert. Rest assured, yes, you've come to the right place. A place where, at long last, all your curious questions are just about to be answered. In today's list, we'll be looking at the main stars of The Vampire Diaries and where they are now. Before we start the list, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turn notifications on so that you don't miss any of our new content. First up, the leading lady of the show, Elena Gilbert. Actress Nina Dobrev is playing the role of Elena Gilbert for 6 seasons, before making her exit to pursue pastures new. Let's talk a little bit about her character, Elena. Elena is a teenage girl mourning the deaths of her parents. She finds herself mixing with a very hot but dangerous guy, Stefan. Turns out Stefan has a brother who is also very hot called Damon. Elena is torn between the two. She finds herself in dangerous situations, mixed up in a world full of vampires, witches, and werewolves. Don't know how she copes. Nina Dobrev joined the cast of The Vampire Diaries in 2009 after leaving Degrassi. Dobrev had the tough challenge of not only playing the main lead to the super hot Elena Gilbert, but also playing Elena's conniving 500-year-old doppelganger vampire, Catherine Pierce, or Katrina Petrova. Dobrev also plays the Petrova doppelganger progenitor Amara, the world's first immortal, in season 5. She also appears as doppelganger Tatya in The Originals, a spin-off show of The Vampire Diaries. On her Instagram on April 2015, Dobrev announced she was quitting The Vampire Diaries. The world was shocked to the core and immediately jumped to conclusions that it had something to do with Nina's split from longtime boyfriend Ian Somerhalder. But none of this was true. Nina simply had enough of playing vampires. Reasonable enough request, don't you think? The beautiful actress Nina Dobrev is now 32 years old. The Canadian is originally born in Sofia, Bulgaria, her full name being Nokalina Kamenova Dobreva. Her first language is Bulgarian, with her second language being French. This talented multilingual actress plays roles in films such as Let's Be Cops, XXX Return of Xander Cage, and the cult classic Flatliners. Unfortunately, one of her latest projects, Fam, a CBS sitcom, didn't make it and got canceled after 1 season. During her time on The Vampire Diaries, Dobrev got caught up in a steamy relationship with fellow actor Ian Somerhalder. Fans were simply ecstatic that these two were dating, but the romance unfortunately just didn't last. Dobrev has been dating different guys after breaking up with her best friend Julian Huff's brother Derek in 2013. How could she do that to poor Julianne? Then she went on to the sexy Australian Liam Hemsworth in 2014. Then dated James Marsden in June 2014. They didn't last very long together either. She really is catching a lot of handsome young men. Moving on fast, she went on to date Orlando Bloom in August 2014. But then, hold on, do you know anyone that Bloom hasn't dated, apart from me of course? Seems like he's been out with almost every girl in Hollywood. Anyways, the two didn't work out. Nina was then spotted in 2015 dating Austin Stowell. These two were having romantic getaways in Monaco and were dating for 7 months. That's some record if you're dealing with a capricious diva like Nina Dobrev. However, the girl just doesn't sit still. She went on to date Glenn Powell, almost dating for an entire year. They didn't last that long either. Her most recent boyfriend is Shaun White. The two have been dating for about a year now and made it through a quarantine together. Fingers crossed that these two last, at least until the end of the night, because her track record isn't too great. Number 2 on our list, Stefan Salvatore. Actor Paul Wesley plays the role of bloodthirsty and handsome vampire Stefan Salvatore. Deeply in pain because of the bad things happening in his life, Stefan finds true love again in teenage Elena, who helps him forget the insanity of being a vampire. Little does he know all the trouble revolving around their relationship. The actor himself is born in New Jersey to a Polish family, with his first language being Polish. He's 38 years old and is currently pursuing other television roles, directing and starring in off-Broadway productions. Besides starring in The Vampire Diaries, the actor often directed whole episodes. His work in theater includes these dramatic masterpieces: Zurich, Frankenstein, and Carl in Camo. That also stars David Harbour from Stranger Things. His His more recent works include a series called Tell Me a Story. This series is created by Kevin Williamson, who also worked on The Vampire Diaries. Sadly, this show only had 2 seasons before getting canceled. Concerning his love life, while he was acting on The Vampire Diaries, he was at the time married to Torrey DeVito, whom we know from Pretty Little Liars. They were only married for 2 years before calling it quits. Wesley then goes on to date the actress Phoebe Tonkin, also acting in The Vampire Diaries. He then met Inez de Ramon. The two have been married since 2019 and are still going strong. The actor is still good friends with his co-stars of The Vampire Diaries. In September 2020, he is seen hanging out with Nina Dobrev on a puppy playdate. He is also collaborating with Ian Somerhalder in the alcohol line Brothers Bond Bourbon. Oh, isn't that sweet? Next up, we have the beautiful Bonnie Bennett. Best friend of Elena Gilbert, Bonnie is a witch descended from Salem. This totally stunning actress is someone we love to watch on the show who is always trying to guide her friends in the right direction. Bonnie doesn't realize the extent of her power and what she can do with it. 31-year-old actress Kat Graham was born in Geneva, Switzerland, and grew up in LA. She's multi-talented, being a dancer, actress, singer, and model. Since The Vampire Diaries ended, Graham has been interested in developing her music career. Signed with A&M, Octone, and Interscope Records, she has since released 2 studio albums and 2 extended plays. Her debut album, Roxbury Drive, was released in 2015. In 2018, the actress starred in the Christmas movie, The Holiday Calendar. The 31-year-old also voiced the character April O'Neil on the animated Nickelodeon show Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She collaborates with the brand Foster Grant in her own collection of sunglasses. So, who is Graham dating? We can hear you dying to ask. She's currently with Darren Gannett. The two are regularly seen together. They look like a happy couple of vampires. Next, Caroline Forbes. In The Vampire Diaries, actress Candace Acola plays the girl that we all hated at first but have come to love, Caroline Forbes. She's the popular cheerleader with a heart of gold that does everything she can to protect her friends. That is, if she's not too busy trying to figure out who she's dating. After playing in all 8 seasons of the show, she went on to reprise the role of Caroline in The Originals and Legacies. She's also in other TV shows like The Orville and Drop Dead Diva. Her more recent work includes her role as Kimberly in the romance drama After We Collided. Acting isn't her only talent. She's also a great singer and songwriter. She has even performed in one of the episodes of The Vampire Diaries. Multi-talented, wouldn't you say? So, you might ask, whatever happened to this amazing actress? Currently, Candace Acola is a mom of 2 and wife of The Fray member Joe King. Her daughters are named Florence May and Josephine June. Florence is 5 years old and Josephine June was born on December 1st, 2020. Acola posts beautiful photos on Instagram of her and her 2 kids. Don't you just love a happy ever after ending? Last in our list is the sexiest character of all, Damon Salvatore. If it isn't Damon's brilliant blue eyes, it's his sense of humor and the cool glass of scotch glistening in his hand. He got us literally glued to the set. Let's revise. Who is Damon again? If you haven't been paying attention, Damon is a mysterious, drunken, and attractive vampire who comes back to his hometown, Mystic Falls, to cause trouble for everyone and for himself. A whole world of crazy follows this vampire. His list of enemies is endless. Actor Ian Somerhalder has probably the brightest career compared to the other stars of the show. We remember him as Boone from Lost, then came his big break, The Vampire Diaries. Since the show's ending in 2017, he's been acting in another vampire show called V-Wars, which premiered in 2019 on Netflix. Somerhalder stars as Dr. Luther Swanwich. The show is based on comics by Jonathan Mayberry and Alan Robinson. The show has unfortunately been canceled after the first season. Is the actor ready to hang up his fangs once and for all? Apart from his career, you're probably dying to know who he is dating right now. Well, we'll give you the gossip, even if you don't want to know. In a private wedding in 2015, Somerhalder married actress Nikki Reed, who starred in Twilight. Guess the vampire thing is what the two have in common. Oh, and stunning good looks too. The two share a daughter named Bodhi Soleil, born in 2017. They all live on a farm, spend a lot of time with their dogs and horses, and doing tons of charity. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave us a like and a comment below in the comment section. Turn on notifications so that you will be reminded of our new videos.